Hello, my name is Daniel, and in 3 weeks' time I'm doing the Outlaw half, which is a middle distance triathlon, 1.2 mile swim, 56 mile bike ride and a 13.1 mile half marathon run. I've done a few of these before, however I haven't done one since August last year. I need to get my run training in the right sort of position to be able to do a good run on the day, so that's what today's session is. It's a pretty key race specific, race pace effort style session. Now I often see a lot of people doing these sorts of sessions and doing them at paces that they never run in a race, so what I am going to do is plan my intervals to be at the pace that I did a race at last year, so I know I can do that pace, and if I can build up on that during the session, then brilliant. So the session looks like this: 15 minutes warm up, 5k tempo, 5 minutes recovery, 5k tempo, 5 minutes recovery, 5k tempo, 15 minutes warm down. Should be about an hour and 45 in total, which hopefully will tip me over the half marathon distance. I haven't ran a half marathon since August of last year, so be a good bit of mileage for me today and hopefully a good bit of race intensity. In terms of freshness, fitness, I haven't done much intervals over the last few months, but I have been doing a fair bit of running. I had 5 or 6 weeks off the beginning of the year for a broken toe, but other than that, it's been pretty, touch wood, injury free, niggle free, pretty consistent. So I'm hoping that a few sessions like this will get me going. I have only got space for 2 of these sessions before the event, this weekend and next weekend, but we'll do what we can, so let's get cracking. I've got Liz on the camera, thank you very much Elizabeth. I've got Vaseline on my nipples, I've got some toilet roll in the bag, everything, all bases are covered. Let's go. Okay, so in terms of numbers, I ran a 1:36 half marathon off the bike last year. That's about 7 minutes and 20 seconds per mile, so I'm going to aim for that for the first one. The route we're on is ever so slightly uphill on the way out, only ever so slightly. I don't think it will result in much pace difference, maybe a handful of seconds per mile. And then the second one, I'm going to turn around halfway, so hopefully it'll start getting faster. And the last one, I'm going to try and do it as a bit of a progressive run if I feel good, but as I said, I haven't really done much of this, so if I can just get through this vaguely around 7:20 per mile, I'll be happy. I've got the trainers on that I wore last year, so there's no variables. Nike Alphafly Next Percent. It's good for morale to do this sort of thing, and that's half the purpose of the session, to be honest. If I can nail the session, my morale will be good, I'll feel good about my running, I'll probably have a better result. So I'm only 6 minutes into the warm up, just keeping it nice and cruisy, and then we'll ease into the first interval. Alright, so 10 seconds to go. This first one should be the slowest and the easiest. Should be. Nobody wins races in training sessions. I'm going to try and beat you, Liz. Let's go. Okay, so the fueling plan is, I've just finished the first interval, 22:30, exactly on plan. It felt pretty good. My heart rate is like crazy low. I'm pretty fatigued today. I did 7.5 hours on the bike yesterday, so I should expect that, but I feel okay. So I'm in the 5-minute recovery now. I'm gonna have a gel during that, it's 40 grams of carbs, and then get the second one done, start the third one, and when I'm breathing heavier, I'm gonna have another gel. Just so I'm testing, actually just fueling myself in the best way, but then also taking on fuel at race intensity. You know, it's different, isn't it, when I'm like now and I'm breathing quite low and I can swallow and all that. It's different to when you're actually in a race and you're trying to get it down you. So just ticking off both boxes really. And Liz has got some Lucozade Sport in a bottle, so I'll just have a couple of sips of to wash the gels down. Other than that, feeling okay. Liz, that was
1 minute. I didn't want the worst bit.
1 minute. Liz gets a bit nervous going through mud. The trails are pretty muddy, it rained a lot yesterday. It's probably not the fastest conditions, but it doesn't matter, feeling good. Calves a bit tight, but running's hard, isn't it? You go down me.
Yeah, looking good. You don't get bossed about if you're running.
Alright, the second one, I'm going to get halfway into it, turn around because we're doing an out and back course today. No shortcutting then. Let's go. Come on, let's keep up.
Don't ever think I ain't got it. I've got the car keys. Should we drop him and leave him? No, that's cool. I've got mud on my face. Yep.
Let's get settled like 30 seconds from there.
He's so bossy, I know that.
Ooh, 22:10. I was about a third of the way through. I was getting to halfway turning around, but we ran out of trail, so I had to drop onto a road. It was a fairly long drag, wasn't it, Liz?
Yeah.
But I pushed on to keep the pace there. It just meant that the effort was a bit higher. But that's just what happens in a race. Like, if you want to keep your pace up, you do have to push harder uphill. So then I just eased off down the hill, and the average pace was pretty much where I wanted it to be. So a bit of a different interval, that one, but that's part of it, isn't it? Unless you're running on a track, you're never going to get absolutely perfect terrain. When you go to a race, it very often isn't perfect terrain. Oh, I've got 3 or 4 minutes left. I'm going to swallow a drink, get into the last one, then have a gel. My calves are killing, but I'm feeling okay. 10. Like I'm counting down into some massive interval. Come on then, last one.
Well done. Ready? Just look out.
Yeah, go. Yeah, make me a hold, go then. Go. Minutes dead.
Well done.
Session done and dusted. This is the best part though, watching Liz trying to set off up a hill. Come on then, let's see it. Oh, oh. Liz, thank you very much for your support. Much appreciated. Right, session then. 1 hour and 44 minutes, just over a half marathon. I think I went through half marathon in like 1:40 or just under. That was tough. My legs now are absolutely screwed. I've had a really good training week though, so I'm taking confidence from this that if I can do this fatigued, hopefully it's somewhat comparable to on race day doing it after the bike. I don't know how translatable that is in reality, but I can't always replicate a race in training because you're not racing, you're training. I was happy to be slightly progressive with those efforts, especially the middle one. That was probably the highest effort of the 3 because of the terrain, although it was the middle in terms of time, but that was good. I'm really hurting. I'm going to stretch, eat, drink this afternoon and probably have an easy day tomorrow. But yeah, that's my key session for the run part of a 70.3 or middle distance triathlon. I've got one more weekend where I can get like a key session in. I think I will either do the same or trim the recoveries down or maybe try and do 4 times 5k, but I feel like that's going a little too deep to the well unless I back the pace off a bit, so who knows. I see a lot of people do a lot of 70.3 race pace doing like 2k efforts but doing it a bit faster than race pace, but I don't really know. But I know now that I can't set off faster than that on race day because I can physically not do it. It's not possible. So the fastest on race day I can set off is 7:15, 7:20 per mile, and I'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to let me know any 70.3 specific run session tips down below. I have got one more weekend to get a decent sized run session in. Good luck with your training and racing if you've got things popping up over the next couple of weeks. And I'll see you again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Thank you to all those people who have subscribed, whether it was years ago, whether it was yesterday, whether it's today. Hopefully, I'm hoping that we'll be close to 6,000 when this video goes out, maybe even tipped over.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Liz? How crazy is that?
I think it'll have tipped over.
Yeah, I can't, honestly, I can't quite believe it. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. The fact that people find this vaguely interesting motivates me so much. What are you laughing at? You saying people don't find it interesting? Anyway, genuinely, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for some more proper triathlon training.